man that had a friend. The friend that they had a son. And the son was a little bit grown, but he was an armed robber. So, or he was a thief. Let me use the word a thief. And at a point, he was arrested and he was put into prison. So when this boy was put into prison, the father was happy that the boy was in prison and was not telling his friend, for the first time, I'll have peace because my son is in prison. Though he's gonna last in the prison for 6 months, but I'm happy that he's in prison for 6 months because that 6 months I'll not have headaches and I will not be disturbed. He was telling his friend. His friend now told him, I will advise you to go get your son out of prison because that's not where your son should be. He said, I'm not going to bring him out for the next 6 months because in the next 6 months I will have peace and I will be disturbed by my son. The friend said, go get your son out of prison. He said, I'm not going to do that. So one of the days, the friend was coming back from work as he was about entering his house. He saw a young man with a bag. He said, who are you? He said, I am the son of so person. What are you doing in front of my house? He said, my father brought me here and said I should stay in your house, that two of you have discussed that I will be staying with you. He said, discussed what? He now told him the name of his father. The man realized that the friend that he was telling to take his son out of prison has brought his son out of prison, and instead of taking him to his house, he brought him to his friend's house and said, since you told me to get my son out of prison, I've done that. I don't have the stress of accommodating him inside my house again. You know what? He's gonna stay with you. Long story cut short, the man took the boy in. So technically, he was living with a thief, and he quote somebody that is. But the story didn't end there. Little by little, the boy that was a thief began to change. He became a good person. So, what was the magic that the father now was not taken aback? This my son could be nice like this, could be good like this, but today I'm gonna share with you what that man did that made him to gain that boy back that was almost lost. According to the man himself, I'm saying what the man said. The man said, daily, from the first day, initially he was afraid of the boy. From the first day, every morning they had devotion. He said initially when he was going out, he must ensure that the boy is not at home when he's not at home. He must go with him wherever he's going. But on daily basis, they had a time to share the word of God as a family. that brings me to the point where, as a Christian, if you're not having daily devotion with your children, aside the other things, Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. Your devotion is very, very key in raising your children in a godly way. One, because it will help them build their faith. It will help them know what they ought to believe. It will help them in their formation of values. It will help in you having a quality time with them. I'm telling you from experience. It will, most times when you're having devotions with your children, you hear them ask you questions like this: Daddy, I have a question. Why is this? Why is that? Sometimes they can ask you questions that you even forgot, and you'll be able to put them through. Once my son has asked me what's the meaning of 666. He has asked me a lot of questions. So if you are not doing devotion with your children, you're not getting it right. Then it will help them in coping mechanism. How sometimes they could ask you questions that how could they deal with their neighbors. So that way you will be able to communicate with them. So what are the tips I will have for you when you are having devotions with your children? Number one, make it a consistent thing. Not whenever there is time, no matter what. Even if you have a busy schedule, even a short prayer, but ensure that it is consistent. Ensure that you make it as simple as possible. Make it as simple, not complicated. Then make sure you are engaging them. Let them be the ones that do the prayers. Let them be the ones occasionally. Let them be the ones that, if need be, if they can, share the word with you. And use age-appropriate materials for them, so that we can raise them in a godly way, and God will bless us. That's the little advice I have for you today. Stay blessed.